Hello, welcome to this tutorial on Models Dimba. Today I'm going to show you how to render structural models created in Tekla structures, and let's get started. If you take a look on the screen here, you can be able to see a model already done in Tekla structures, and this is a pedestrian bridge, footbridge. So there will be a road on this side and there will be a road on this side. So whoever comes from this side and want to access the other side of the road can just take a walk all the way without any interference with the high-speed running vehicles on both sides of the road. Now let me just turn this round so that you can have a look at it. Now if you compare this with the previous one, we have some landing here. If you have problems with the one straight walk climbing all the treads all the way to the top end here, now we've created some landings here so that you take a walk, some 10 steps, you rest here, and 10 steps again, or 13 steps, you rest. The previous one, I was just trying to show you other tools that can help you create a footbridge in a quicker way. So I realized that one, to create that, it is not actually a very big issue. Now I've done this already, and the key here just to take this into a rendering program that will help us create a very nice renders of models done in Tekla structures, and to give a very nice look, so that you can present this to your clients, so that you can be on a competitive edge with the rest. Now I'll just turn this, and maybe I forgot something here. Let me just turn that. I didn't rectify this. Now let me just rectify this, and just double click when you come. Let me enable the assembly here, and then double click on that. I want to default on that, apply, modify, apply, and accept that. Then I'll come here and access that macro, and now I want to create that connection here. Let me disable the assembly first, then I want to create this connection between these two. That process of selecting the parts to be selected is not the right procedure. Now let's start from this end. We pick the main part, then pick all this, then press your middle button on the mouse, and the connection has been created. This orange cone means the connection is correct, but is not the best option. Now we'll just leave it like that. Right click and redraw, just remove that symbol. Then we come to the next one here. I'll come to navigate, and I'll turn that round here by pressing my left button on the mouse and rotate. I'll come here and follow the same procedure, and right click or press my middle button on the mouse, and the connection is created right there. Now I think it's complete, and this is what we have as our footbridge. Now what you want to do, let me close this. What you want to do, we want to export this to Sketchup. Sketchup will give us a leeway on how to create another format that the program or the software that we'll use in creating the renders and creating very nice clips for presentation will be accepted. That format is colored and that can only be done in SketchUp, and to reach SketchUp we have to export it to SketchUp format. Now you come to files here, and just click export. Once you click export, you scroll down where you'll be able to see Trimble Connect. We have SketchUp, we have Tekla Beam Site, and Tekla Structural Designer. All these you can export to. Now in this case we want to export to SketchUp. I had already done this, so I'm just showing you how to do that. And if you want to follow the whole process of doing this, just follow the previous video that has a similar footbridge but a different design. Now I'll click on empty screen to deselect everything there, and also so I want to combine all these models into a single rendering environment in Lumion. Now let me close this, then open another model. I'll come here and pick on the recent, then I'll pick on that. I want to show you another model that I've done, and I want to combine them together with this bridge when doing the renders. Now this is the one. So let me come to window here and pick on 3D. Then this is outdoor advertising billboard, and this one also we want to include in our renders so that it gives a very nice render. Now that's how it looks. This one also I have exported into Sketchup format. We have that in Sketchup format. So once again, how to do it, just come to file, just click on file here and come to export and click export. Then come right at the bottom end here where you'll be able to see Trimble Connect, Sketchup, Tekla Beam Site, and Tekla Structural Designer. Remember the previous versions of Tekla Structure is Tekla Structure 19, 16, 18, 20. I don't think we have this. We don't have the option of exportation to Sketchup. Now this is how it's done. Now once you've exported your models into Sketchup, now you don't need to work with the Tekla structures anymore. What you do, just close everything down, then open those models, exported formats in Sketchup. Now let me get rid of this by closing Tekla for now. I'll close everything. Then I want to open Tekla, the Tekla model, but in Sketchup format. This is it, and I'll give it some time to open up, and this is how it looks. Let's give it time to open up. Here we are, and this is our model already in Tekla, in Sketchup format, and this is how it looks. I've already done some bit of additions here, adding a road, putting a road here, and placing some concrete. This is just a primitive shape at the bottom end here. Now this is how you access it, all the way from here to that end and the other end, and and this side also. That's how it looks in SketchUp. And remember, everything has been exported from bolts to welds. You can see the welds here and the bolts are here, exactly the way it looks in Tekla structures. So in another way, you can also create drawings here, and the drawings you can only create are the elevations, and note the steel details. Only the sections you can generate is the plan view and elevations in SketchUp from this model. The steel detailing, that one you must go back to Tekla structures. Now this is the model we have, and we want to export these to Lumion. Now how do you handle this? We'll come here and come to file here and come to export, then come to 3D model, click on that. Then we have this the format that you want this is the collider, and prior to saving, make sure you save it on the appropriate or the right folder that will be easy to access. You don't mix it up with other files that might confuse you once you want to access it and start doing your rendering. Let me go to desktop here, and on the desktop I'll scroll down to access my folder. Just scroll down, I had it, these are SketchUps here, and this is where I want to save it. Now I'll go ahead and click export, and it will be saved inside that folder. I just give it some time, and it's running so quick, and exportation process is exactly on the process and it's almost done. You can see it's 99%. It's closer to 100. We'll just give it some time to complete. There it is, it's complete. Now the next thing we want to do, we want now to open another model that was done in Tekla structures and exported into Sketchup. Now we want to open it in Sketchup, then convert it to a color file. That color file format will be our entry to Lumion, which is our rendering application, which will help us create renders for structures done in Tekla structures. Now we go back and open new. We open, then we come to desktop here and scroll down and access our folder here. Our folder is here, and what I want to open is that. Just give it some time, it will open. Here it is. It has been opened here, and this is our billboard. This is our billboard here. Nicely done, and it is now in Sketchup environment. You can have a look at that. We have the walkways here. And another one on top here. Now we want to export this into a different format. Now what I'm going to do, I'll just come here and click export and click 3D. Then I'll go straight and click export color file format. That is done. Now what next? We want to get rid of Sketchup and now open Lumion. Remember, the journey is long, but not that too long, and let's get rid of anything that we are not using, so that there's Lumion version 4, we have Lumion 8, but now it depends on the graphics of your system, if it can accept the requirements, then you can run it on your system. Just give it some time, it will open. Now it is open. Now we have templates here. We have the template 1, template 2. We have 9 of them. Now I always go with the first one, the first template, and I'll come here and add a new model. I'll go straight to where I've saved my model on the desktop. I'll go straight to the folder. Sketchup's there. Now I'll start with the pedestrian bridge. Now I'll pick that and click open. I'll click that or add to library, so it will be stored in Lumion. So whenever I want to use it, I will not go all that through that process of accessing the folder. It will be stored in the library of Lumion. Now you can see the drop down arrow means it's pointing where you can locate it. I'll locate it on that spot. Then I'll press escape and press my left button on the mouse and press and rotate it like that. I'll take it down by pressing Q. Then I'll rotate it once again like that by pressing my right button on my keyboard, on my mouse. Let me bring it up using the E key on my keyboard, and let me just bring it up once again. That's okay. Now if you take a look here, everything is swallowed with the grass. it has gone below the 0 point. Now we want to pull it up so that our surface to be above this 0 level. Now to do that, we just click on that, change the height, then you zoom out and check a point of movement. Now these are points of movement. Just click and press and hold on the left button, then drag slightly up, there it is, and that's okay. Now if you bring this close, this is what you'll have, and if I turn that round, this is what we'll have. Take it back and forth. And that's how it looks. This is how it looks. And I'll turn it round once again. And turn it and go the other side and push, move that direction and take it forward. And I'll take this up, move up, and move that direction. Now what I'm going to do, I want to introduce the other model in here. Let me just take it down, and I'll come back here and click on add new model, and in this case I'll add the billboard here. I'll click on that and click open, then come here and click add to library, and that will be included here. Now what I'll do, I'll include it somewhere here. I'll include it somewhere there, and I'll include another one this end of the road, this side of the road. I'll include another one here, and take it down just to move down. We can also include another one right there so that we don't crowd it, because once you crowd it, means when you start rendering, the system or the objects to be rendered will demand so much, and that might take a lot of time to complete the rendering, and you don't need to take that much time. Now the position of this is not the best. Now let me just move down and have a look on top here, and we want this is a V-shaped billboard, and we want to turn it into a position that whoever comes this side and whoever comes this side, whoever comes on that side, will be able to see both this side, either this side or this side. Now I'll come right here, and I want to rotate this by clicking on that. Then once I've clicked on that, I'll just rotate that into that position, and I'll move it to a position of my choice here by clicking on that, then drag it somewhere here. I'll place it somewhere here. Somewhere here is okay. I'll turn that round. Bring it up. Bring it up. Then the other side, it's now becoming a little bit heavy because of the graphics required to make this move. Now I'll click on this once again, and I want to turn it, and click on that, and I want to turn this to that position like that, and I'll come here and drag it on the same position, and I'll place it somewhere here, somewhere there. I'll take it that side, by pressing the left arrow and shift. Bring it up, and I'll bring it this end. This how it's done. Perfect. Now let's target the bottom end here. This is the position that we want, this bottom end position. Just bring it down by pressing Q. Want to move that side. We're just making things look much better when once prior to starting the rendering process. Let me just bring it close, and take it that side and bring that close. Now I'll click on that, then I want to pull it up, slightly up, somewhere there. That's okay. And I'll go the other side and do the same thing. Let me go the other side and do exactly the same thing I have done this side. Let me go right in that place and turn that round and go right there. Take it down slightly, take it closer, bring it a bit closer. This is what we want, and this is how we want it to be. I'll click on that and drag it slightly up, somewhere there, and that is the position we want it to be on. Now if I turn this round like that, you'll be able to see we have our bridge with billboards around. So this is how we want to present this. Maybe you've been given these jobs to design and construct these 2 billboards and the footbridge, and you want to present this and beat the rest with the very creative renders. Now we want to change one of these billboards. We want to change the color of one of these billboards. Now to do that, we'll come here and click edit materials right there, and just give it some time. Once you've clicked materials, pick on the part you want to change the color, and we just go straight. We just bring this up, and bring it that side, and we want to change this color to have a concrete look. Just to have a concrete color look. Now we will give it that concrete look. We'll give it that color, and this one also will give it the same color. We'll add color right there, click that, and come and add a different color right there, and that's all. Then what we'll do, just click on that, and we've changed that color. We'll bring this down. We can leave this at green color, which is okay, and we don't need this to be green. We can change the color once again. Click on that, then we want to add color here. Click on this, then we come here and change this color. Which color can we add here? We have metals here, and we can add this metal. Not really, we want to give a different color, very nice color. You can give it a nice color here. Which color can we add? Can you come right there? Color, we can add color right there, and we can just move our pointer to pick the right color for us. We can give it a slightly close to a yellow color. That That's okay, and we'll come here and give it an okay by clicking that tick. Then we come down by pressing Q, and this how it looks now. It has a different color right now, a yellow one. So we'll go to the end, and the color seems to be similar, and there's no need of changing the other one. We can just leave them like that, so for them to have a similar color, maybe yellow. Bring it down like that on the other side. Perfect. Now this is the best look it has. Perfect. And turn it by pressing your left arrow and press shift so that it turns and moves faster. Let's bring it up slightly. Now you can start adding or changing or adding trees or doing something about the landscape. Bring it up slightly. Bring it up slightly. We want to change this color, so you'll come back to color edit material. Then we want to change the path, the color of our path, or the pedestrian's path. Now we'll come to concrete here. Come to concrete here and click on concrete and take a look, or pick on the best concrete look of our preference. That one. This one will not be okay. Plaster, you cannot apply plaster right there. What is this? These exterior walls, this concrete carpet, that we don't need that. We come here and we can just leave it here. Let's pick on this. Can this give a good look? No. Come here, just move around and pick on the appropriate. Come to grass, and that one, this one. Come to carpets there, tiles there, then come right there. Let's take a look on that. Just walk around concrete. We can give it that concrete look, which is not good. We can give it that concrete look, which also not good, but we'll do with that. There's no problem with that. What we'll do, just give it an okay right there by clicking that. Then we make sure both sides matches. Click on that, then click on that. We want to add another color here. Want to add another color here, so we'll go straight here to add a different color. We can add that. You can give it that color. That's okay, and you can move around. We can move around, and now we want to add some vegetation here, or we can increase the height of the grass here. Now how do we do that? Let me just first of all bring it up slightly. Bring it up slightly, and we'll come here and try to increase the height of our grass. We'll come, we don't need ocean, we just need grass. We'll turn on the grass here, and we will adjust the height of our grass, and we'll drag that, increase the height of grass. So remember, if you increase the height of grass, everything, some will protrude at the middle of the road, which will make it look like a road that was used some centuries ago. I just pull it down, and that's okay. And the wildness of the grass also we can give it that look. Then drag it slightly up, make sure it doesn't protrude at the center of the road right there. Now here we are with our grass protruding, and now we want to add some trees here. You come to objects right there, then we want to add some trees here, and not much. We'll add one here, and probably add another one right there, and add another one right here. Now I'll bring this down like that by pressing Q, and bring it up by pressing E, because we want to shift the position of this tree because it's growing right inside our concrete or the pedestrian path. And what do we want to just to move it? Click on it and just drag it that side, this side of the road, right at center here, and we leave it right there. So this is how it's done. And once you're done with placement of the trees and everything, we just come here and click create movie and start creating the rest. Now I'll be still working on this so that it looks much better. Now once the video has been rendered and